Hello, everyone. This is the Brony Mixed Media panel of PonyCon AU. We're going to start from the end and go all the way to the beginning. Yep, the other way around. Let's do it.
Introduction.
Hello, is my mic? Yes.
In the blue corner.
Agent Bookfort. I am on film fiction. I'm mostly known for Bright Eyes, Twilight Sparkle Goes to Bed, and Finding Heaven. I spend most of my time doing that and lamenting over that, and that's pretty much it.
Yay! Applause!
Yes! Not!
Yes!
Yeah!
In the green corner.
Did you just? No, never mind. Hi everyone, I'm Chinta. If anyone here is from BAU, I'm Frecklefire.
Hey!
Don't hit the mic. I am the artist for this panel. If any of you have weekend passes, that's my piece. So.
This one.
Yeah. As you can probably tell, I like to cosplay as well, hence this. And I recently got into plushie making about last year, but I don't do that much. Just like little things like this. I had a Twilight. One of the volunteers has like my sleeping baby and. Oh snap! High five me later.
That is my friend. He has the sleeping.
Yeah. And if any of you know Moons, she's got pretty much all of my other ones. And Leo's got my flutter bat. One of them. Yep. So Burger.
It doesn't entirely matter.
Burger, sir. Burger.
Like, it's not a necessity.
Hello, I'm Banish Trax. I'm a voice actor, and I'm also a radio star. I've basically been on the Hive Radio, but I've left that a while ago. I'm also on Australia Live, and I usually run a segment called Who the Buck Are You, where we introduce non-known Brony musicians and known Brony musicians to the community. Yep. And now it's time for Hank.
Hi.
He's a Toonlink.
I'm Immatoonlink.
I say.
Oh my, okay. People love it when I do the thing, so I'm going to do the thing. I say. Good show. What? Okay.
I say.
Okay, so for the people who don't get the reference, which I might be one or two. Anyway, I do videos. End of sentence. I used to do like old merchandise videos, like I've used this in several videos.
Let's fly to the castle.
That one. And I made that ages ago, and this is the same Celestial actually, if anybody cares. No, it's not broken. People... Sorry. Come the tits. I know you don't have any, but you know, close enough. Anyway, and nowadays, I've gotten into animations. I used to do animations like years and years back, but I've gotten back into it since I became like popular and everything. It's like, well, I can do these and people are actually watching this time. Fantastic and great and fun. So that's what I do, and I made the I Say Good Show video. People apparently know that one. I didn't. Well, anyway, move on.
Well, we know it now.
It is a good show.
I am the master and proprietor and owner and consummate stuffer-upper of the internet, the owner of it all. I'm Antony C. And I make... Not yet!
Get together.
Calm yourselves. Anyway, I make reviewing is magic, and among other things, and apparently I'm supposed to be. I'm usually stuck in the Ponyverse, but little shows that I make about the Pony Show. And look at this. Just look at that. That's me on the internet.
Aww.
With texture and all. Isn't that lovely? Yes. The who? The clones. Oh, yes! Oh, yes, I have... look, I'm sorry. I can't be held responsible for what my mirror pool clones do on their spare time. You'll have to take it up with them. Fair enough. And in the final corner...
Tonight, for one day only. My name's Evdog. If you came to the concert last night, you would have seen me there.
Yeah. There's a few people.
Evdog.
I wasn't there. So I've been making Brony music since late 2011, and just been doing that ever since. What else was I saying?
He's a genius. You should see him in some skin-tight leggings. They're amazing.
Did anyone catch him last night?
Anyone want a card?
Hands? Did you catch him last night?
What?
I know you caught him. I was dancing next to you.
Ravers.
I'm ashamed of myself for going.
Yeah. Also, I'm just getting started into making like pony video edits, like Pony's anthology.
Will we be seeing it?
Probably.
Oh.
I have one unfinished episode based on not Pinkie Pie, but the one. What's the name of the episode just before that? Three's a Crowd. Yeah.
Here we go. Well, that's us for starters. Yes, let's get out of here. Everybody else is going to take this.
I'm taking this thing to Mexico.
Mixed media means that, well, it's media that's mixed. I work in video myself, and that's every single kind of media. But before we get on to the magnificence that is me, we have...
I think I'm pretty magnificent too.
I think he's pretty magnificent. Yeah, he's probably a little more magnificent. We have, yes, we do speed art at the moment. Speed paint.
You can do
speed.
it.
I can do it. I can do it. Part of it. Now, Chinta does speed paints. Do you put them on the internet?
Yes, they're on YouTube.
All right. Where can we find you?
It's the same as my DeviantArt name, so Scarlet Songstress. Yep.
Bubble Muffins.
So this one's called Bubble Muffins. I did this as a semi-test, also because I like muffins and I like Derby. So, if it works, let's click buttons. It's working?
Holy cow.
It's not actually that fast. This is sped up, so... Speed!
And are any of these here
No,
as...
yeah. So basically, this is showing the process that I've been going through, even on the ones on your passes. I tend to sketch out and then I go straight from the sketch because I feel it's a lot more natural and I catch a lot more of the details that way. As you can see, she's really happy. I tend to do, I go from the sketch and then I do all my base colors and then I meld everything into the one layer and I mix from there. And it's kind of a shame that the music's not going because the song was...
Sound.
It's on? Sure? Is it on?
Yeah, should be.
Because the music that was with this video was actually Bubble Pop by Huna, so if any of you listen to K-pop of any kind...
Yeah, it's plugged in.
You sure? That's okay. Damn it, Antony! They told me technical difficulties. I know. But yes, so at this point I've started kind of just building up. I tend to only use the brush tool in Paint Tool Sci because if you get the opacity and the flow right, it just, it's so nice. And I don't know, I feel like the video explains itself, but I should probably keep talking. I like to work personally. I don't like using black anymore. Which is why she's lined out in blue predominantly. It's just, I kind of got over it, and then I decided, hey, I'll shade with all the colors and see how that works. And so far, so good. It's, yeah.
I like the part with the hair.
The hair's nice. Sorry, what was that? Oh, the pupils are kind of reflective. So a lot on a lot of my videos, or like just generally most of my art, you'll see, especially if any of you caught any of my gala prints from last year, I started to pick out the color that kind of was the most distinctive in the picture compared to the rest of it, and I just added it and I tinted it into the pupil because it's just nicer. And at that point, I took, it's actually snow, that picture from before, and it looks like that. Oh!
Imagine us with one of these signs, but it says all on it.
I can make you one if you want.
Okay. That one in particular? I tend to work really quickly because, as you can see, my style's pretty damn messy.
Sorry, I'm putting colors in.
My style tends to be quite messy, which means I can work fast, but at the same time, that also means that if I leave anything for more than a day, I never get back to it. That one probably took me about 1 to 3 hours. I want to say that, but there was probably like spaces at some point.
Oh, okay.
There were probably like spaces at some point where, you know, I was eating chips or something. But yeah, any other questions? Yep, you with the shirt. Oh, I use Paint Tool Sci. There are a couple of restrictions when working with Paint Tool Sci just because it's a fairly lightweight program and the English translation patch only came out a few years ago, roughly around the same time it actually came out. You can't work on canvas sizes too big. Which is a shame because size amazing. But because it's very lightweight and you can't save too big and other such dealers, it means that it doesn't take up much space on your computer. So you can work really quickly. You can have lots of references open and your computer won't say, too much, too much. So, which is really good.
Your computer, if it's made out of a brick of wood.
Yeah, that would burn.
Not the
No. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Any other questions? And should I talk about the other stuff I do? Or not?
Yeah.
Yes?
How did you come up with this?
Oh, everyone look at your passes, because I don't have an example. Oh wait, no, actually it's on there.
It's on the thing.
It's in the file of things.
No,
which you guys want to
So,
know.
did you do just the weekend or all the passes?
Oh no, I won a competition, which is why it's on the weekend and I'm here.
What is it called?
It should be It should say PonyCon.
PonyCon AU.
Why don't you just turn it to thumbnails?
Okay, so whoops. Right click.
Alright, so the way do any of you know the names of the mascots? Bruce. Starcrossed is the unicorn and Bruce is the Pegasus. I got told by Nikki, who is amazing, and you should all give her a hug and a pat on the back for an amazing job for this con.
It should be going through the HDMI. That's why it's not coming out of this.
Ah, the HDMI.
Okay.
Meanwhile, technical difficulties in the background.
She told me that her name was also Sheila. So I thought they looked real. Both of the OCs in the picture that they showed for the example looked. There she is!
The Supreme Queen! Are you on camera at any point?
Okay. Feel free to come by at the end. But anyway, getting back to it.
Did you design your own outfit today?
Oh yeah, no, I designed this.
Look at that!
Oh my god, we have sound.
Should I stand up?
Sound!
We're playing Bubble Muffins now.
Oh wait, no, the good one.
Yes.
We got a good one! Show
Turn
off!
it off. Turn off the lights.
get... Yo!
Let's just skip to the end because we've already seen it.
We did it!
There we go. Look, oh, it's amazing. I know, right?
After all...
As you see, we are not very well choreographed.
We pulled it out.
All right, just last couple of things because I don't want to
Yes.
too much.
Yeah, go on.
Take it away.
Aside from that sort of thing, I also do little plushies, which I only started doing, as I mentioned, about, oh gosh, 3
Are they for
months
sale?
ago. 3 months ago.
They're for sale?
Well, not this one. This one is mine.
Is this one for sale?
Might be the new Big Mac. No.
Pinkie Pie. Please tell me you do.
Ask Moon. She bought it. Because every single, I just originally, I posted it because I was like, hey, I'm really proud of this one, but I thought I was moving, so I said, oh, I should probably sell one of the ones that I don't really want as much, which ended up being a Fluttershy. And it was like, I think it's in the file, if you want to, but no, okay. It just had little grinny eyes because I obviously at the point didn't have an embroidery sewing machine at all, and I just did applique stitch on like 0 thickness, and it was just like line. Happy highs. But I sold that, and then somebody asked me if the Applejack that I'd originally made for myself was for sale, and then I sold that. And then I just kind of kept going.
It's a piece of my soul, no!
Yes, that. Oh, thank you. Especially... You were guilty. Other than that, though, I do also cosplay, as you can probably guess. Should I stand?
It's the best one in show.
Should I stand?
Oh, give us a twirl.
Twirl around.
Take it off now.
Twirl. Gala twirl. Come on, twirl.
Look at her and how cute she is, and also pretty. Both, you know.
What?
All the cards.
I said you were cute and pretty.
Oh, sugar star.
And they were filled with awe.
But to be honest, let's face facts. I've yabbered on enough. Your turn.
Moving on.
Evdog?
Wait, what was
Yeah.
Evdog, take it
My turn now. So I got the mic. So yeah, as I said, I'm more so known for my music, but I'm not going to show you that. Instead, I'm going to show you the one of the first. This is still unfinished, actually. Probably about 2/3 done. Video of like, as I said, Pony's anthology style thing. I'm planning to start up an alternate YouTube account and just do these regularly if I have time to. And this exports only in 360p. Otherwise, it would have taken forever to get it done. But here you go.
We just got a letter.
Come on. No. Yep. Yes. Oh God. The cold has been born. Gods everywhere.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
So that video will probably be done in a few days, and I'm hoping to keep up with the rest of the season, and then when there's a season break, go back and do all the rest.
Yay!
More Chan Fury.
Are you doing a quest here, girls?
Well, I've got to now.
That one's for Tommy. All right.
So,
Hank, I think it's...
moving on, okay. And now for something completely different.
And now for something...
All right, so, time to explain what I'm going to do. At this very special panel with all you very special people, I am going to premiere, quote unquote, one of my new video, and it's going to be super special. Put your hand up if you care.
Hey! I mean, yeah.
That's really cool.
Put
Okay,
them
so
all up. Come on.
let me tell you a bit about the video. You know how the title does usually before you watch the video. It's... Why?
I think that was a mistake.
Thank you.
Was you
Okay.
meant to do that for Boo?
No, it's supposed to be all.
So...
What do you mean, not PonyCon?
That's my other stuff. Come on. Okay.
There's other stuff other than PonyCon?
No, maybe. Not that sure.
very dare
Okay,
you.
so Okay, so just a warning. Nothing, anything special. It's an animation, and to commemorate the Weird Al episode, it's going to be to a Weird Al song, and Come on. It would have been
sweetie.
mean if I didn't.
Half the room just went...
That's silly. Okay, so let's open the. Oh, this isn't plugged in.
If you haven't seen the episode, close your eyes.
I didn't actually have to plug in my hard drive. It looks fancier this way. Anyway, so we are going to full screen it immediately, and we are going to watch it. And the title of the video is going to be something to do with it's taking lyrics literally, something like that. I don't know. You're about to watch it. Enjoy.
We will.
Get it? Because it's the CIA. Okay, so that was my stupid video. I hope you
how long
liked it.
did that take
There was
to
an
make?
applause, so I guess that means something.
How long does that take you to make?
Oh, okay. So the thing about this is I've been thinking like for like a while before PonyCon, of course. I'm like, oh, it would be the coolest thing if I did something for PonyCon, for my panel. I've got a panel. I forgot I had a panel until I did it. No, that's not entirely true. Anyway, so I was like, well, there's a Weird Al
You're here for the
episode, so I'll do something Weird Al related. And then I was thinking, I had like juggled ideas in my head. I at a point was going to do Perform This Way, which is another Weird Al song. Then I'm like, oh, because I kind of want to do the whole song for that. Like, there's a lot of things which I want to do whole songs to. Like, I've done that with Particle Man and I Can't Decide. Yeah, I wanted to. There's like Weird Al videos, music songs. He does those, and I want to do full animations for those. Like, and then this, it works for like the few gags in there. It was puntastic. Did people like the puns? Yes. Good.
You should be punished for saying that.
But yeah. Anyway.
Very bad. See me after class.
But anyway, yeah. That's But yeah, that's one of the animations I wanted to do fully, and that would have been way too much effort to do for PonyCon. I'm sorry. But I'd have to be up for like nights on end since I only thought up this idea like not too long ago. Like I at one point want to do full music videos of like Hardware Store, Horoscope for Today. I love those songs so much. But that's gonna happen eventually. Meanwhile, this is just a small short, and it took me the original question. That's right. How long does it take you to do? Okay. Sorry for digressing.
This is where I get really jealous.
It took me a little under a week to do that, on and off. Most of the work was done last night, actually.
Deadlines are good, people.
Yeah.
They actually are.
Yeah, they like push you to do things. If you're just like, I'll do it eventually, you'll never do it. But I mean, it depends on the kind of kid you are. If you are just like, oh, submit the assignment in a week, even though it's tomorrow, you're probably not going to get stuff done. I thought I had this. Okay, enough about me.
I say.
Why do you do that?
I say.
What?
Say.
What?
Good show.
What?
The answer is good show, of course.
I say, good show. Stop patting me. It's really weird.
You're covered in a fine fuzz.
No. I'm taller than you. Sorry. Okay.
Sitting down.
Impossible.
Everyone
Where
else
were
just
we
gathers
going?
around me for shade.
That's enough. Yeah, that's me. I think we're moving on.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's pretty frigging half past.
It's half past.
Yeah.
Half past. Very half past.
We should do questions.
We're early.
Such
Half past
panel.
what?
We
Wow.
should turn to Agent Bookfort for those who like to write. Mixed media means more than just visual and sound.
Yes.
Somebody's behind the scenes concocting and pulling all the little strings. And one of those strings is the
me.
writing.
Yes.
Agent Bookfort, take it away.
As I said
questions
earlier, I
later.
spend a lot of my time writing. Half of it never gets seen in public because I have a reputation to uphold. My most recent thing that I have presented is this.
It's a work of art.
I'm mostly known on film fiction, and with writing being a much more passive medium, you actually have to stop everything you're doing and spend 1 or 2 hours going through it. It's a lot harder to find an audience, but if you can, it's a lot of luck, but you just have to pay attention to everything, and that's what I do. I spend a lot of time sitting, thinking, and writing about thinking. I don't have much to present like my fellow panelists here. I do have a copy of my story, Twilight Sparkle Goes to Bed, at the front for anyone who
primarily
wants
do
it.
pony stuff at the moment, right? Yeah. It's,
Sorry?
It's pony stuff at the moment, right?
It is all pony stuff, yes. Mostly Twilight.
Yeah. Thank you. It's for the Twilight
Oh,
fans.
hells yeah.
When we say Twilight, we're talking about the real one, right? The real Twilight Sparkle, yes?
Yes, Twilight Sparkle.
Not the sparkly Twilight one.
And not the sparkly one from Twilight.
Oh, go away. Yes, certainly, thank you.
So for anyone who would like a
you're the
physical
one I
copy
like.
of it, I have it right here, but Mr. Antony over here has volunteered to read under duress.
Well, I thought this was your epitaph.
With you in charge, yeah.
There'll be words here. And I'm going to read you all a story. In the voice of Krusty the Clown.
No, this is by Agent Bookfort, and it is called... it doesn't have a title.
It's got a title now.
It does.
The first word is bed.
The first word is bed, and it is bed.
Let's call it bed.
A
Twilight
dramatic
Sparkle
reading
goes to bed.
by a dramatic reading by Agent Bookfort, by Antony C, of the story by Agent Bookfort, Bed. The thought hung in Twilight's head, refusing to rid itself, to make room for more important matters, such as her recent study on the ceremonial rituals of griffins during the month of August. No, this time the thought of her bed beckoned her, enticed her with the warm comfort of a soft mattress and sheets, wrapping around her like a cocoon. This isn't Klopvik. Tonight was special. Tonight, Twilight wouldn't just be sleeping in her usual bed of sheets and feather pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Feather fluffed pillow. Feather fluffed pillow, yes. Feather fluffed pillow. No, tonight she would be welcomed to the warmth and comfort of a freshly dry, cleaned bed linen. The smell of and sensation of freshness would entice her to a sleep of wonderful and unimaginable comfort. Twilight tried to ignore the incessant beckoning the bed's thought brought forth. It sang to her like a siren's call. It wanted her. Its only desire was to embrace her. I promise it's not Clop. It sat there upon the pedestal of the second floor and waited, watching her movement with eyes. No, there weren't any eyes. Watching her movement with pleading puppy dog eyes. I'm sorry, there are eyes. There was only one solution to the problem, and that was to go there. Twilight stood up and stretched her legs, looking over her cluttered desk. This evening's study session had been particularly intense, and it showed. Books lay strewn across the immediate area, accompanied by various scrolls and scrap paper, and probably Spike. In pieces. No. It's not grimdark, I promise. She sighed deeply. With Spike out of town... Ah, there we are. With Spike out of town for the next few days, it was up to her to make sure the library stayed clean and organized. Bed will need to wait until she had finished cleaning. With each book she placed her in the shelf, and each scroll she righted, she knew that her inherent desire to return to those lustrous sheets was one step closer.
You sure this isn't a clock fic?
Well, at
50
the moment,
sheets of grey.
At the moment. 50 sheets of grey.
It doesn't contain 50 sheets of paper.
The thought... The thought of slumbering in that epitome of comfort pleased her, chilled her in the most satisfying of ways. She could feel the promised warmth creeping over her as the entire essence of her very being turned towards her final goal. She smiled at the accomplishment of cleaning up her work desk. Now she could claim her prize. Each step towards that godly gift was an ascension unto no other. Only the stairs remained to be conquered, and she would. 1 step, 2, 3, 4, 5, fum.
There's a hyphen. It's like he's
Like
cutting his way. He's cutting.
5. She hadn't taken the trash out. I've been there. I've been there at 2 in the morning, and it's been 2 in the morning, and you think, oh, that's so good, I'm in bed, and then beep, beep, no. And you run out, and you're in your underwear. Twilight sighed deeply, and she doesn't wear underwear. A feeling of emptiness growing inside her as a prize slipped out of her grasp. She trotted down the stairs and into the kitchen, tying up the plastic garbage bag with force. With the pony force. It groaned in protest as the knot tightened to its extremity. Twilight frowned at the garbage, levitating it from her as she wandered out into the door. A lesson would need to be taught to this bag for being so rude as to not take itself out, ultimately, inconvenienced her. She set it down next to the mailbox with a scowl. That'll show it.
Oh, snap.
She closed the door behind her, sighing in relief. Now there was nothing standing between her and the bed. That wonderful warmth positively glowed at the top of the stairs. The mutual desire between pony and bed filled the air, each silently calling for each other. How's this for slice of life? She smiled happily as she began her trek towards the stairs again. This time there was no stopping her. There was nothing left to do, nothing that couldn't be completed in the morning. She hadn't fed Owlicious. Twilight cursed under her breath. It was a terrible feeling to forget to feed a pet. Yet she argued to herself that having a bird that was so silent during the day, it was easy to forget this very existence. That was, until he was needed. I've had days like that. People forget to feed me. She shook her head, wandering back to the kitchen. She should feel her eyes drooping as the desire for to sleep went further denied. She opened the pantry, looking around for the unopened box of Flim and Flam's owl pellets that Spike had bought before leaving for whatever business he had been assigned to. Where was it? She could swear that the darn pantry's inventory changed every time she opened the door. The owl pellets weren't in its usual place. It was supposed to be on the second shelf, next to the salt. But not near the pepper. The pepper was supposed to be on the third shelf, so they couldn't be mixed up. On the other side, the pellets were supposed to be her favorite cereal, Celestios. You gotta wonder what these deity, godlike queen, princess people are doing with their name.
If I might interject quickly with that.
Is she short of cash?
Celestio's actually spawned its own spin-off fanfic from someone else that wrote it.
I'd like to imagine the real world equivalent is like Godos or something.
In
Jesus-os.
Goodo!
Who's hungry?
It's holy.
Get out! Heavens to Betsy, never on a Sunday!
Eat the cereal of his flesh.
Instead, there was mandarin-flavored jam. Twilight growled under her breath as she began systematically rearranging the pantry in hopes that she would find what she was looking for, so she could ultimately dive under the covers of her freshly cleaned sheets. This is really well written, dude.
Thank you.
A familiar hoot sounded. You're welcome. A familiar hoot sounded behind her, and she whirled around quickly to see her owl standing on the bench beside the box of owl pellets. Heavens knows what this owl was eating before people started feeding it Celestios. I mean, owl pellets. Twilight gave the bird a deadpan glare as she hurriedly pulled the bowl from the windowsill with her magic, filling it to the brim with food before forcibly placing it back to its original position, taking careful note to place it exactly where she found it, right down to the centimeter. A girl after my own heart. She ignored the bird's gracious hoot as she swiftly moved from the kitchen, banking around the corner and stopping in the middle of her living room, looking around anxiously for anything else that might have been forgotten. There was no time or desire to remember something halfway towards her glowing prize of commodious beauty. Teeth! It was lucky she had taken the time to remember, otherwise this menial task would have been naught but another obstacle to overcome and an irrelevant nuisance. Briskly finishing the task, she smiled widely. Now it was time to ready to claim the prize she'd been waiting for so long. It had been too long, far too long since she'd seen bed. Now it was within her grasp. She would claim it without any further distractions. 1 step, 2, 3, 4, 5. She was almost there, her mind happily whirred that she had not forgotten anything further. 10. She was halfway there. There it was. She could see the wooden framing that held her goal, an ultimate desire. Nothing could stop her now. 19. 20. There it sat, shining brightly in a heavenly glow as a chorus of angels sang sweetly to her, beckoning for her to finally claim the prize that she had earned. Her accolade of perfection, her grin widened to a blissful smile as she slowly pulled open the sheet, lay down and snuggled into her bed, sighing wistfully as the scent of freshly cleaned linen filled her nose, adding a wonderful sense of euphoria to the feeling of irreplaceable and indescribable comfort, which she knew would only come once again, once they had been washed once more. Her eyes closed, a slow moan emitting from her lips.
Money penny, as pure bliss. As pure bliss washed over every fiber in her body. She snuggled into the blankets, pulling them closer to her, wrapping herself thoroughly in the illicit warmth they promised for so long. It was just as she had envisioned. No, it was better. The utter desire she had held for so long made it even more warm, comforting, and accomplishing to have finally claimed her prize. She stopped, her eyes shooting open. I have to pee.
After...
No, I really have to do. Bye.
Prepare yourselves.
After reading the whole thing, we discovered that it was not a club fic. I'd like to imagine that, like, to someone like Twilight, that it was one, though. You know.
And he wrote that in 20 minutes before the con.
This is a PG-12.
How long did that take you to write?
It took me about 2-3 hours.
Almost as long as it took me to read. 2 to 3 hours? Oh, I hate you.
And it shot right to the top.
Really? That's one of your more popular ones at Film Fiction?
Yes. As compared to one that took me 8 weeks.
And nobody ever read... Oh, no, really?
No, it's just as popular as Bright Eyes.
Bright
Which
Eyes?
doesn't make much sense. Bright Eyes took me 8 weeks, 8 chapters.
Wow.
That is one and took me 3 hours.
Have we done this already? How many Film Fictioners are here? Yeah, we have a few. That's a few, yeah. Nice. To the future. Fantastic.
Strangely enough, and I think a lot of artists would have seen this, strangely enough, sometimes the things that take next to no time end up becoming more popular than the things that take you forever to make.
Questions? A question. Yes? Oh no. Oh no, he's going to give us something he thinks we deserve.
Here we go.
Duck and cover! I'll go home.
God. Yay! Streamers.
Party cannon in the house tonight.
More streamers.
Have a birthday present.
I'm jealous.
Now, shall we pass on to you?
Yeah, why not?
Avert your eyes, dear sir.
Please don't die.
Okay. Sorry, sorry.
It's your turn.
No, it's still question time.
Is it?
Questions.
Ask questions.
Does anyone have any questions? Whoa. Where were you with the writers panel?
Our MC really did.
Guy with the awesome beard.
For that one? I have 3 pre-readers, and that's it. For that one, only one.
You, right?
No, I will not pre-read my own work because I loathe the process.
The guy who's waving his hand up and down like he just don't care.
Oh, the man in the ginger hair.
That guy. Just Nathan Clooney.
Nathan Clune.
What's going on?
Tap the thing. That usually makes it work.
Well done.
Is it just not good?
Tech
Yeah,
support.
Let's get more batteries.
It's fine. We can deal.
Go.
Okay.
Yep, we got it.
Success.
Okay.
Go.
First of all.
Yep.
No.
Yell.
Question 1, Evdog. When you actually open your separate channel, can you like post that everywhere so we can see it?
Yeah, I'll be posting it on I have a musician page on Facebook. I've got a Twitter feed. I'll put it on every Skype, well, almost every Skype chat I'm in. I'll put it on Bronies New South Wales, Melbourne Bronies, Australia Bronies. I'll remember because I rarely go on Bronies Australia. I'll go on there, post that there.
You better.
And, question for the guy in the red hat.
Oh, I wonder who he is.
Yeah, red hat guy.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm a Toonlink.
Do you have a Tumblr or a DeviantArt or anything like that?
Maybe. Okay.
He owns the internet. What are you talking about?
I don't know how many people know, but I have this thing called a YouTube channel.
What's a YouTube?
I know, it's this weird new thing where people post videos and people sometimes watch them.
Is that like Dailymotion?
Yeah. it's like a red version of Rever or Vimeo. Anyway, so
What is the address?
So I have that. I also have a Tumblr and a Facebook page, which I post in the description of literally every video I have. I have a DeviantArt, which is slightly more hidden, but I don't really care. Which you could find, which is greentail.deviantart.com. I have stuff on that. I have a before I did videos and stuff, I did games. I made games, so I have a couple of games on my DeviantArt. And I've got really bad drawings because I'm not a good artist, but post stuff there anyway. Do I have anything else? I have those 3.
So the name of your YouTube channel is?
Oh, I should probably mention that. It's Immatoonlink.
He's a Toonlink.
It's
all capitalized.
It's not case sensitive.
Shorter than regular link.
Yes. the full channel name, like that's the link. The full channel name is Viva Immatoonlink Reverie, which it's like imagine Immatoonlink as the middle name. The Viva Reverie is the name of my OC. If people were curious.
Where's the R panel now? Yeah, come on.
They were saying
Banish,
balloons.
you had one job.
God damn it.
Question?
Time was spent.
Oh, yes,
wisely.
a question over here. Actually, the fellow in the back over there has been...
The one against the wall.
Yes. I'm going to make our microphone guy work for his money.
Have you ever thought that you would actually, be brought, to conventions to talk about little ponies?
The question was, have we ever been brought?
No.
Like in a paddy wagon?
Have you ever thought, previously, before you got into the fandom, did you... Hello, camera. Did you really think that this would be like your life? People,
No.
sitting at conventions and making videos and being famous about making stuff about ponies?
Ever since I was a little girl.
Thank you.
Boys!
I sort of have an answer to the question
I steal
too.
Digi's work all the time. Shh, don't tell him.
I'd like to answer the question too. Way back when I made the YouTube channel, I wasn't intending on, I wasn't expecting more, to be super famous, but I thought whoa, that would be super cool though. So I kept doing stuff, and eventually I got popular the instant I started posting ponies, so there's a hair in my mouth. But that sort of got the kickstart for me to continue doing that. That's what people liked. That's what I continued doing. That's why all 300 videos before my 60, 70 more recent ones are junk or 13-year-old stuff.
Yeah, we've all got that.
Back then I have a couple of animations which I hoped would get popular. They only have 2,000 to 3,000 views at most, while I get that in less than a day for my most recent videos now. But whatever. Anyway, that's more questions. Go.
Couple more. Sort of for all you guys. Yeah. Do you reckon you'd be doing something similar to what you're doing now if one was going out of air? Do you reckon these guys would still make music or
No.
Well, I'd been making music since way back. My dad gave me a guitar and gave me lessons, and I was doing singing in a church band since I was 10. So I've been doing that a lot, but without the Brony fandom, I probably would have no fan base because when I started off, I had a YouTube channel. The very first very first Brony remix thing I made, it was Bronyville Podcast, a remix of that. I was so excited that I got 100 views. So, yeah. So I was really completely unknown, and I probably still would be without ponies.
We're almost out of time.
Oh,
but you can answer now.
We'll just go down a line.
Yep.
Okay. To be honest, when I first started to develop my current art style, which is the one on your pass, I didn't expect it to be popular. I actually had nightmares before that no one would like it at all, and I'd be sitting in a corner crying. But it turns out that everyone likes it, and conveniently that was also around the same time I started to do ponies, so everything comes together. Yeah!
I've never posted anything that I've done online. When I was younger, I wrote 2 novels that were overly unpublished. But when ponies came along, it was actually the first time in about 6-7 years I'd even been inspired to do anything. So I pretty much just took that in and found a place to throw it online. Woke up the next morning, people loved it. I loved me for loving it. And yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere without it. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be doing voice acting. I wouldn't be on any kind of radio station, in fact. And this community has helped me a lot. In fact, I even got a special sun pony in the audience.
Wait, sign!
She's right behind that guy.
Alrighty, since we have so little time left.
Who wants
move
to
on to
see a
Antony.
sneak preview of reviewing his Magic 5. We have a little something.
A few people do.
Oh, really? Yes.
You got it?
Oh, I've got 2 mics now. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, good. Sweet, free mic.
All right. I think that's the way. Oh, good grief, look at the aspect ratio. Prepare for a pinhead version of me. Eventually. And I think are we ready to go? I think we are.
All right. 3, 2, 1, it's loading.
There we go.
Yay, black.
What the technical?
Whoa!
What's this then?
Creepy.
Oh, there is this.
Oh, it's PonyCon!
What the heck? Oh, you want some RIM spoilers, don't you?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Get out. Go home, everybody.
Honey, if we're gonna fight like this, let's not do it in front of the people. It just scares the pajamas off them.
Did you just flop your lines a little bit right there? Maybe you do need my help. Well, okay, but no analysis.
Wouldn't dream of asking. Much.
Meanwhile, back in Ponyville, the contest is ramping up as we're down to the last 2. It's just incredible stuff.
Yes, so anyway, in a meltdown of irate boredom, Rainbow Dash tricks the second last Pinkie Pie into betraying herself, and it's all over. And apparently that one is Pinkie Pie. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Of course, this is also the part where the purple one says,
Knew you'd be up to the challenge.
what?
Knew you'd be up to the challenge.
One more time.
What exactly do you mean by that, Twilight? I mean, yes, obviously one of these ponies was going to be up to your deadly challenge of attrition and be the last one standing. But the danger was that you might accidentally use your mind bullets on the one you consider your friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, identifying who's who is vital, yeah? And you're absolutely certain you've done that with your super duper ultra scientific test like that, huh? Yeah, okay.
I love that episode. Who wants to be in that? Oh, very nice. The conceit of this episode, as you probably have imagined, is something of execrable amusement to me, if that makes any sense. It doesn't, trust me. That ending, I'm sure anyone who's seen the episode will understand that the ending to that episode is wrong. It's the delightful Michael bayoneting of the whole premise of Friendship is Magic, in my opinion. Are you free to disagree with me? In fact, if you do disagree with me, that's even better, because I'm going to give you an opportunity to boo your lungs out at me. Hence all the booing.
Ready?
On.
One side.
In the episode.
And the other.
Silence you. In the episode, there is the only thing that's most wrong with this episode, I think, is that of all the things that they could have tested with, they ended up with a test of concentration. Well, I think that there's probably a few more things that you could have come up with, and one of those things I'm going to posit to you now. Perhaps all they could have done, if it came to that, was simply find out if only one of them can wield Pinkie's harmonious necklace of elemental harmony, or elemental laughter, you know? Harmonious necklace of elemental laughter. Yeah, I'll say it properly. The elemental... Stop it, you! However, if you've known my work, then you'll know that I don't like the elements of harmony much. I think they're silly MacGuffins and whatnot. And so if I posit this to you, you'll see that I have kind of caught myself in a contradiction. I'm a hypocrite! Feel free to say so, sir. So if I say that to you now, and the magic words you're looking for are Pinky's harmonious necklace of elemental laughter, and I'll pull the full frontal face. You can all boo me and be in reviewing his Magic 5. How about that? Excellent. Are we ready, sir? We're rolling. Okay. Ready? All right. Or if it comes to that, simply find out if only one of them can wield Pinky's harmonious necklace of elemental laughter.
The game!
You are the best people in the universe. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the Mixed Media panel.
As Nikki said before, if any of you want me to sign your pass, just kind of organize yourselves or something. But before you guys go, I have presents for you.
You what?
Not you guys. So, not for you. I've got one for you. And I've got one for you.
You can hold that for a long time.
Ah! Sorry. Look at the art.
Oh, it's such a beast. Oh, it's such a cutie.
It's pretty.
Yes, this is wrapping up.
I love it.
Thank you, Chinto.
No problem, sugar.
Everyone hug Chinto on your way out.
I like hugs.
Free hugs on the way out. Everybody clear out quick.
Every guy, quickly, hug her.
I guess that's the end of our panel. Thank you.